All right, thank you, Aisha. Well, the Panthers hired a new general manager next year, a person who will be tasked with building the team into a Super Bowl contender. We will not meet him until next week, but sports director Nick Carboni has an in-depth look on how he might try to turn the Panthers around.
You know, maybe a foggy day in Carolina was just the warm welcome that was needed for somebody who's lived and worked in Seattle basically his entire life. And I think the hiring of Scott Fitterer as Panthers GM ought to give Carolina fans a ray of hope about a consistent winner being built here. The praise for the Panthers' new GM started pouring in Thursday night, most notably from his longtime boss with the Seahawks, John Schneider, who wrote, "Scott is going to be an amazing leader in Carolina." Fitterer joins forces with head coach Matt Rule as they try and answer several immediate questions like what to do at quarterback and, most importantly, how to create long-term success for a franchise that has never had back-to-back winning seasons.
Wilson looking.
Fitterer comes to Carolina after nearly 2 decades in Seattle, where in the last 11 years he was part of a group that built 9 playoff teams, 2 NFC champions, and 1 Super Bowl winner.
Probably the last 5 years, I feel like I've written stories in the offseason about he's being looked at by this team or that team.
Seattle Times Seahawks beat writer Bob Condotta says it's no surprise Fitterer is getting a shot to be GM.
Scott was a big part of that from the personnel side of it for sure.
He worked hand in hand with Schneider and will certainly bring some of his philosophies to the Panthers.
Sort of volume drafting. The Seahawks are really known for usually drafting or trading down. If you can turn 7 picks into 10 or 11, they feel like their odds are better of getting, 3 or 4 really good players out of that.
Of course, the biggest question here Fitterer faces is at quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater was underwhelming his first season and did not inspire any hope he's the future of the franchise. The Panthers hold the 8th pick of the first round, but as Fitterer and company showed in Seattle, it is not where you draft, but who you draft, and maybe even how many.
You don't have enough quarterbacks until you have the quarterback. I would expect coming out of this philosophy that he would definitely be aggressive.
For WCNC Charlotte, I'm Nick Carboni.